So we're here, and we're here to honor a group of people, 14 people. People who have made their way, people who have made a footprint in the world of gaming. People that are part of a culture. Any one of those individuals might not seem that important, but collectively, when you take all 14 of them and put them together, they create an important part of what it is we all share here in a passion. 100%. But the person who's going to be here to help create interest, besides Walter, is Mr. Angel. Mr. Angel, please come up.
Hello.
First question I got to ask is, what's with the belt, sir?
See, what this is, there, Billy Mitchell, is that I am one of the greatest unknown entertainers, but I am definitely the greatest jazzercise instructor in this place right now.
Is that right?
I think so. We heard some woos, so I think it is, yes.
You have no idea what you're getting into here.
Apparently not.
Go.
I see the stare.
Here you go. All right, but we'll have to settle this after the ceremony.
I would be honored.
Okay, very good. No, again, one of the greatest things that we do when we come here is certainly not playing games. Bringing awareness and recognition and the notoriety to people who have participated in so many different ways is far more important than what we do here when we actually play, which I guess is what we're supposedly supposed to be doing, but it's not at all what we enjoy. It's the interaction that we have with everybody here. So the trading cards were created as a vehicle in order to make that happen. This Walter Day book here that we have over at our table, and Freeplay Florida has plenty of, marks the first 200 cards in the series. There's now over 3,000. Again, if you find the people that have placed a notable part in the world of gaming, and you put it in writing, if you give them recognition, if you document it, then it doesn't matter when it leaves the last person's memory. The history of it will never, ever be forgotten. And that was the goal. The people in this book, the person on card 243 will explain to their children and be able to show them what it was they did and what they were a part of. They'll be able to show it to their grandchildren. Because we here, as I see everybody, we are the first gamers. And in 100 years and in 1,000 years, nothing will ever steal that from us. It's something we all worked for and something we deserve. And that's the spirit of what it is that Walter's put together here. Do we have Walter Day?
Yeah, we do.
Oh boy.
We're live now?
You're up, sir. I don't know if you heard any of that.
Okay. So we have 12 awards we're going to hand out. It's part of a long tradition that some of you may not be aware of that's gone on for, actually we're in our 11th year. And this award ceremony tonight is about our 110th, maybe our 115th award ceremony. I actually have the ability to calculate, I'll figure it out. But we've given out awards on the stage at Smithsonian gave awards out on the stage at the Hugo Awards in Helsinki, Finland, at the Nebula Awards in Chicago, Pittsburgh. We've given awards out of all sorts of events, especially an amazing tradition of giving out awards at I think it's every single Freeplay Florida since the very first one. So this is the 5th or 6th Freeplay Florida. I think we've given out awards at every single event. And we're very honored to be here again because there are many people here who are devotees in the Freeplay Florida event that we want to honor for their incredible contributions. So when we give out trading cards, it's not just a vanity thing, it's actually an award. It's a thank you from the group, recognizing those individuals for their incredible accomplishments or contributions. And those are two universes that are so important. Accomplishments, like some people are great inventors of games, some people are tremendous high score, artists who make high scores in many different games. But other people just innocently behind the scenes go out there and do lots and lots of generous, kind, considerate things that make everything else better for the rest of us. And in the world of gaming, the people who donate their games, the people who fix the games, the people who break the games, the people who do all sorts of things that lead to us having this incredibly educational and enjoyable experience at Freeplay Florida are the kind of people we want. So the trading cards are something that are not just for you to wear as an award on your chest. Also, they're a gift for future generations because, as Billy Mitchell has very eloquently explained on many occasions, these trading cards are family heirlooms. Because between the award that's being handed out tonight and the trading card, we're giving each recipient something that they can be so proud of that when they leave the world someday in the future, their great-grandchildren, their great-great-grandchildren will proudly hang the award on the wall and say, look, this is something that was given to my great-great-grandfather and my great-great-grandmother. And they'll say he or she was involved in the birth of the electronic entertainment. And I'm very proud of it. So we have something that's wonderful to pass on to future generations because it's a genuine family. And we are honored that you're here. We're honored that all you people who are out there in our viewership land are appreciating these award processes. So let me begin by saying there's a couple different variations. There's a couple different areas of award that can come about. The first one is going to go to Captain Yronwode. Captain Yronwode. Ironwood, she actually pronounces it. It's spelled R-Y-O-N-W-O-D. The captain is not here. Maybe Billy, the angel, can pull her award out, show it up there on the screen. She essentially is someone from one of my parallel fields who I was going to honor here. Every year at Freeplay Florida, we honor someone from the business card historian field because you know that I do trading cards, so I recognize the importance of documenting history with cards. Well, there's a parallel field where people document and study history on the common business card. So I sort of like pulled them into our room and began to honor them every year. So this is like the third or fourth time we're honoring someone from the business card historian room, because recently as an activist captain who's in Los Angeles area, I think she's in Glendale or something, California. She recently put lots of money up and lots of time and effort to preserve the common business card, 65,000 old business cards that reflected the entire 20th century of business history and cultural history. So we are honored to give Captain Ironwood this trading card and this award, and we'll send it to her even though she's not here to receive it. So Billy or Angel, do you have any comments on that? You're holding the award, even though I can't see you right now. Very good.
So one thing I wanted to point out, the reason why historians are so important when it comes to gaming is that it keeps everything alive. So the accomplishments of the past can be used to teach the gamers of the future. And it continues to show where we came from. It tells us to appreciate where we are, and it allows us to be inspired for where we're going to go in the future. This is why we have icons like Billy Mitchell, and their achievements in the past can inspire professional gamers at one time like myself, using the lessons that I learned to try and win my competitions. And when I would speak to the people who watch my streams or who go into competitions, I would give them lessons and they go forth and then continue to make things even better. So that's why this is so important. Congratulations to her.
Remembering that the award Catherine got, obviously she earned, but in addition to that, something that's new, relatively new, in the gaming world is they have trading cards that have this award spoken of on here that basically tell the history and the contribution that she contributed. The cards are created so that each and every person who wants one can take one, their own collection, and you'll know the history. Again, it's there, it's real, it lives on forever. So those will be here. Brian Jones will have them. It'll be that simple. Walter Day, back to you.
The second award that I want to bring to everybody's attention is for the Twins Arcade. The Twins are actually twins who live in, I think it's Kentucky, if I remember right. It's on the card there. They're not here tonight, but I wanted to acknowledge their incredible accomplishments. They actually were professional wrestlers. They wrestled as twins, dressing up in their gear, and would wrestle in the ring as twins. But they spent a lot of their time helping the legendary Todd Tuckey, who's down there in the South. Billy remembers Todd even better than I do and where he's from. But essentially, the twins do a lot for the gaming culture. And they repair games, they study games, and they have their own podcast called Twins Arcade, where they study the history, study the culture, and also expand on the community, which is a very important thing to do. And that's why they were worthy of receiving a trading card presented at this show. So let's hear it for the twins. For those of you who have hands and want to clap, thank you for all they do, because they are so on fire to help the community and uplift its heritage and publicize and preserve its heritage, that they are worthy of trading cards. So Billy, Angel, what do you have to say?
One of the things that I think is so unique about an arcade, especially today, face it, arcades have had a turbulent time. And when you have an arcade today, what works today, what worked in the yesterdays certainly doesn't work today. People that have an arcade go forward and they're running almost blind. There's no blueprint. There's no security. There's something to be imagined, something to be appreciated about the courage that it takes in order to do that. I mean, flat out, I'm telling you, I don't think I would want to do that, or I would want to risk that. And I see it risked all too often. Sometimes it's a husband and wife. Sometimes it's two twins. And I guess that's really cool because one can lean on the other. But it's just something that I have a higher level of admiration for, without a doubt. But again, Brian again has here the trading card for the twins, and everybody here will be welcome to it. Walter Dane.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So here is a pinball / video game legend. It's the great and legendary Paul E. Niemeyer there. So Paul, are you there? If Paul's there, please come up on the stage because we have an award for you because you're a legendary graphic illustrator. And Paul, you're also one of the people I like a lot. You are so wonderful and charming and kind and friendly to me at event after event after event. And I am so embarrassed to when I realized that, how did it go these many years that we didn't have you on a card? I think I actually asked you before, but it just fell between the cracks. But essentially, Paul is an illustrator and a graphic designer. So Paul, tell us about yourself. We are honored to honor you on a trading card and make give something further for people to collect about you, to identify with you, to embrace you in your incredible heritage. Paul, tell us stuff.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for this austere honor. This is just amazing. Thank all of you for being fans. Because, when I was thinking about Dragon Attack, Mortal Kombat, that, if it weren't for fans, it'd just be a lot of really nice dragon art, okay? So it's really about you guys. It's always been about you guys. I wanted to get in the business so bad. When I was in college, we would skip class and go play pinball. And I had made up my mind that I was going to get in the industry. I don't care how it was going to happen. And I was working at a sign company on the southwest side of Chicago. And on that day, 3 separate friends who did not know each other all called me and told me they saw an ad in the paper for an artist at Valley Midway. And I went and answered that ad, and my life changed that day. And ever since then, I've been doing games. I've been involved in games. When I was at Valley Midway from 82 to 84, and I freelanced for them until about 95 or so. I started a game company called Eagle Games in 2000, sold it out in 2005 to Griffin Games. It's now Eagle Griffin Games. Since then, I opened a haunted attraction in Chicago. I ran that for 14 years. And now I'm in the prop building business, and I build props and stuff all over the world. And I'm back in gaming, and I just finished my 5th Nintendo Switch game. So thank you all. Thank you. You all made my career.
It's kind of funny. One of the amazing things about coming to these events is that I get to run into the people whose paths I never crossed with back in the day. I worked at Valley Midway starting in about 84, 85. Then I left in like 87. I came back in 91. So but I never met this guy who's been so instrumental. And as somebody who has been honored by Walter on 3 different trading cards, I'm just thrilled for Paul that he's able to be counted among us right now. It's a wonderful thing, and I congratulate you. Welcome to the fold. You bet, my pleasure.
Walter Day, back to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
You won't see Brian for his trading card. He's right here. Swarm the guy. Tell him you want a card. Tell him you want an autograph. Okay? Don't worry. He gets paid for every card he autographs, so he's okay.
Thank you very much, Paul, for all that you do. Thank you, Paul. Okay, and thank you, Warren, for inserting your wisdom in.
Hello.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Walter. Walter, it's fantastic to see you. I'm sorry you're not here in person. I was really looking forward to seeing you. But it's good to see you, even on a screen.
Okay, thank you. It's good to see you on screen, too. Thank you very much, Warren. Okay, our next card is personally of interest to me. Tim Strigo. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Striggow or Striggow. And his Moldomatic. Card number 3993. By the way, let me make an aside here. This group of cards brings us to the end of the 2021 card series. 500 cards were produced this year, bringing us up to the final number, the number 4,000.
Walter Day. You said Ken. What is Ken's stage name? Because there's nothing here with Ken.
Tim Strigo, Moldomatic.
Okay, I thought you said Ken, and I thought you meant Tim, T-I-M.
Oh boy, that's one of my biggest fears, that I'll accidentally not produce an award when it comes time to hand it out. But is Tim there? Oh, there's Tim.
We have Tim. He's right here. He was smart than the rest of us.
So Tim, let me tell you my own story with Moldamatics. I lived in Anaheim, California. We moved there October 30th, 1954. And about 7.5 months later, Disneyland opened up. And in Disneyland, in Adventureland, they had a machine, an original Moldomatic machine that would make little plastic, what's the extruded or protruded plastic moldings of the Nautilus from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. So way back in 1955, I had one of those extruded plastic molded, things of the Nautilus from Disneyland, and it was a very, very precious thing, but they were very fragile, so mine broke, of course, pretty fast. But so I've always had a personal affection for the old Moldomatic universe that seemed to have disappeared a long time ago, because I haven't seen one, I don't think, actually placed on location in decades. So anyway, it's very cool that you're a 3rd generation Moldomatic operator. So tell us your story, Tim.
I got into this when I was 10. My grandfather bought machines back in 1968, and I started doing it late 70s. Okay. I started doing it when I was 10 and started doing it late 70s, and 3rd generation, my grandparents, my mom, my 2 uncles, and I'm the last one doing it for the family. me and my son-in-law. My son-in-law helps me out, does Florida with me. I do Florida, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Ohio. So I just keep trying to add them more as I go.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you very much. So, can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, if I were you guys out there in the audience, as soon as the people came off the stage, I'd swarm them and try and get them to autograph their trading card for me. I mean, that actually is a growing popular hobby, getting all these trading cards signed. There's one guy in Chicago who has just about 700 of the cards signed. And believe it or not, I've designed about 5,000 plus trading cards so far, and about close to, well, maybe about 3,500 of them actually in print and in circulation. So they are people are focusing on them. Not only people are collecting them, but they're trying to get them autographed. I can hardly wait to get my Angel Rodriguez card signed. Can't believe that's going to be so cool to have that one signed. Anyway, okay, the next one. You know, for years and years and years and years, it was hard to find an arcade video game. They just weren't out on location anymore. And it's so cool to see that the age cycled through and that games are being placed in location. And I greatly revere and honor anybody who goes out there and creates a business plan that actually gives the public the opportunity to play old, vintage, you know, quintessential arcade video games. And one of those places is Lowry Parcade, which is Tampa's first arcade and craft beer bar. And I think, Angel, you responded as if you know the place, so I guess it must be a pretty neat place. So Lowry Parcade, be sure to sign that, Billy. See, when you get an award, you also get Billy Mitchell's autograph, Brian Jones's autograph, and Marcy Speck's autograph. So you get an autographed award. But is anybody from Lowry Parcade there?
Oh, yes, I'm staring right at him. Come on up here, Rob. So interesting story. So I actually met Rob here, and the reason why I met him is because I saw that he brought his Street Fighter Third Strike arcade cabinet. So my competitive nature, I went on there, I challenged people, and him and I went and did quite a few rounds, and we had a great time, great conversation, and then we decided to create an impromptu challenge, and then I find out he's the man. So now, no, you're the man. So now I'm gonna be going down to Tampa to spend time with him. Good man, great energy, and he is a fantastic Street Fighter player. So here's the mic.
Hey, thank you very much for giving me this award. Totally unexpected, but I really appreciate it. I've been coming to Freeplay since basically the beginning, and I love it every year. I definitely missed it last year, so very glad to be returning this year. And Lowry Parcade is an arcade bar, like Mr. Day said, in Tampa. We've been open about 5.5 years, and spent quite a bit of time to try and make it happen, and thankfully it did. And we have 5 games, so come in, just like Angel said, come and check out our booth, and maybe we'll be doing a couple more challenges this weekend as well. So if you have not been, please come check us out in Tampa, Florida. We have a bunch of pinballs, arcades, and craft beer. You probably love craft beer just as much as the games, if not a little bit more. So please come check us out, and very honored and grateful. Thank you all very much. My staff's here, and very happy to have them out here this year. So please come check us out if you're in Tampa, and thank you very much for the privilege of this. So love you guys, love coming every year, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Rob. Congratulations. The next award is for the same category of service, creating a venue that supports and honors our incredible arcade legacy. The Pinball Lounge in Oviedo, I hope you pronounced that correct. The Pinball Lounge in Oviedo is definitely worthy of an award and a card, being honored for giving it. It's almost like an oasis. You have that state of Florida, and every so often you find an oasis where you get some pinball sustenance. So the Pinball Lounge with Ed Clamp and Kurt Van Zyl is being honored on a trading card. And there's two copies of that award, one for each of the guys.
They're coming up right now, sir.
Okay, there's two copies of the award, one for each guy. One for Ed Clamp and one for Kurt Van Zyl.
But again, these guys, part of the community, part of what establishes the gaming environment that we're in. They'll be over here. Get their card, get a photograph, see them at their place. What can I say?
All right. Everybody, thank you so much. It's really an honor to be getting this award. This is Eddie. This is Ed Clamp's, my partner's son. So we've got another Ed up here with us accepting on Ed's behalf. And yeah, we've been involved in these shows for years and years now, since Southern Pinball Festival and Game Warp, and then through all the merger of the shows basically into Freeplay Florida. And it's always a pleasure to be here every year. It's excellent to be a part of this community. We got pinball started back in Central Florida 6 years ago now in Oviedo, and we started with 14 machines in the bar of the bowling center, in Oviedo Bowling Center, and now we've got 43 on location in there, and full bar and everything. And we've got the whole bowling center too, so come check us out sometime. We'd love to see y'all, and really, really appreciate this award. I've been wanting one of these for a long time. This is so cool. I never thought that I'd be on a pinball trading card. Pretty cool, and Ed's gonna love it too. All right.
Thank you very much, you guys. Congratulations, and thank you for all that you do to preserve our vintage legacy.
It's back to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm amazed. You know, it's very interesting. Back when I grew up, I collected stamps and coins. Simply because everybody collected stamps and coins. Even our great-grandparents collected stamps and coins. But it's funny how cultural and how popular culture in the community has segued over the new things to collect. And in the course of my life, I've seen everything go from stamps and coins to comic books. And comic books were the hugest thing, and still are extremely big. But then it grew into video game collectibles. So it's very interesting to me to see all the different kinds of stores that not only promote in-house gaming, but the collectible side of things. And one of the local ones in Orlando is Echo-Based Collectibles, who we would like to honor for honoring our culture. Because by supporting the collector, by supporting the basic collectors, you're supporting the preservation of our history. And that's what's most important. Preserving and revering the history of the video game age. And that's what Echo-Based Collectibles does to its just business plan, to its activity. So thank you very much. We hope someone from Echo-Based Collectibles is there so they can receive this trading card and this award and tell us about what's next in the fight. And by the way, is this award a surprise?
Is this? He doesn't really want to talk on the microphone, so I'm going to speak for him. So just so you know, our voices sound exactly the same, is what it is. But what he does is so important because, as I said before, it preserves the culture, it preserves the happiness, and it creates a connection between people. A personal example, my mother and I have shared a connection through comic books that she had when she was younger that I, again, started collecting. And it's only possible for younger generations, older generations, or when I share things with my daughter, because of people like him, who are into the collections, who can express the importance of things, who share in the passion, and also teach us. So I'm confident that he knows more about a lot of things than I do, except jazzercise. But congratulations to you. Congratulations. And he will be over there to hand out cards and sign as well. Back to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm always amazed when I go in a collectible store, but I don't collect, of course, video game stuff, but I'm always intrigued by comic books because I had a big comic book collection when I was a kid. Actually, in 1975, I sold my comic book collection, which was 7,700 mint condition comic books in plastic bags, for $4,500. And it's estimated that today that collection will be worth about $3 million because it was a complete run of things from the #1 issues up to whatever was being published in '75. So that's. But I spent it on education in Europe, and so I was satisfied with the loss. So no big deal, but it's always interesting to reflect on on how life could have been different if I had a comic book collection that worth $3 million. Now, we have an amazing man who I really personally absolutely adore. He's such a good human being. And on the card it says, Florida's can-do man. Could Mark Steiner please come to the stage? So Mark is so good at everything that he's probably out doing something right now to make everybody's life better. Mark is simply amazing. They call him Florida's can-do man because whatever chore they give him, he doesn't see the doubt, he doesn't see the obstacle, he doesn't see the problem. He knows how to actually figure it out and do it. He was the one who designed, for the last show, that incredible, I don't even know what word you used for it, but it was the pitfall danger on the rope, swinging across the alligator pit. He created that. And I understand that, I think it was it David Crane who actually made a comment on it, impressed by how fun it was and how interesting and how actually unique it was because no one had ever done that. That was absolutely creative, Mark.
Yeah, it was David Crane and the two Kitchen brothers. And what Walter's speaking of is in the corner before you go out. It's in the corner there on the right-hand side. And it's there for anyone to look at, enjoy, or get a photo with. Go ahead, Walter.
Okay, so that to me was impressive. And when I posted the picture of me sitting on the thing, looking like I was swinging over it was one of my biggest photos on Facebook of the year. So I was impressed with how many, I think it was maybe a couple hundred people liked it, which to me is a lot of people on Facebook. Some people out there go and get 6,000 likes on photos looking, but for me to get 200 likes is a real big deal. So congratulations to Mark for being so respected and honored that they call you Florida's can-do man because whatever the project is, whatever the obstacle is, you will know how to fix it. And you love doing things for the people, so it's a perfect fit for them to have you to be like their 007 or their Mission Impossible person who can take on any case and solve it. But where the heck is Mark Steiner?
Well, Walter, there's a rumor. I just heard that he decided not to come up here because he wanted to be first and you're making him last. That's just a rumor. But eventually he'll come up here, and at whatever point he comes up here, we'll go ahead and honor him. Like you said, he's probably there doing something for somebody. So we'll put this one in hiatus.
All right, you'll have Graven Ravenwolf come up. Yeah.
That's you. That's you. No pressure, just everybody's watching you. No pressure. Go ahead, Walter.
Okay, well, Graven Ravenwolf, you're getting a trading card for having the best name ever. Best name ever. Definitely the best name tonight. Even though it's on a close tie with Angel Rodriguez. That's pretty cool, too. But Graven Ravenwolf, thank you. I don't know, there's just the flair that you add to culture. It's very cool. Your activities, your involvement, being a devotee of the gaming culture, being a person who, I'd have to open your card and get all the stuff there. I'd have to open your card up here on top of my computer. Oh, the both of you are there. That's good. Well, thank you for both coming. So
Walter, Graven is up here, but he's joined by his boss, his wife.
Exactly. So Graven Ravenwolf is a popular cultural icon for the area, and we're honored to have him be put on a trading card and honor tonight, because I'm just opening up the date you did to right now. Somehow they didn't.
I'm going to add in a little something here for Walter.
Okay, go ahead, Brian. That'll be very good.
Yeah, Raven has been an immense addition to the Freeplay family, and if everybody that's wearing a shirt out there today, where you've seen the amazing artwork that's on everything, it was this man's work. So it's beautiful. We can't thank you enough, and we're very happy to have you as part of our family. So, congratulations.
I got to add a couple of thanks myself. Graven, they showed me earlier. I think it was yesterday. I was doing a couple of magic shows today, and Brandon came over and showed me a couple of tickets designed by this man over here. They were the beautiful little tickets. I mean, incredibly designed. I was giving them away at my table. I didn't give them all away. I still have some more left, so if anybody wants and I'm back there at the table, I'd be happy to give away a sample of this man's artwork. It's incredible. He also made little stickers. Oh my God, those were fantastic. They're little honoring my being in the White Castle Hall of Fame. Beautiful little stickers. They were given out to the people who came to the magic show. Oops, I'm going to come over here. So this man is incredibly talented. I can't thank you enough. I'm so glad to honor you this way. And do you want to say anything to the crowd?
First of all, that wasn't expected. So, not at all, Mr. Day, Angel, Billy, thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Warren, very much for the kind words. Yeah, I'm kind of in shock, so I apologize. Usually I'm not shocked for no words, because if you know me, I can speak a lot. But I appreciate the opportunity. I think that what people need to know, if anything, it's not really always about me, but thank you, Walter. I really appreciate the kindness, very much so. I'm honored. But we really need to remember what this is all about, which is Freeplay Florida, right? This is about giving a snapshot and a moment in time for nostalgia and the love that we have for pinball, for arcade, for the great creators that are out there that created this ability for us to have these games, the designers, the technicians, all of the people that are behind the scenes, the makers, truly, that give this. And if it wasn't for all those individuals, the legends, the people that made their life known with their love of their game, like Mr. Mitchell here and so many others, we wouldn't be here today. So, yeah, it creates a family. This is a family, you know, and as a creative person myself, an artist myself, I grew up in a world where this was my safe space. This is a place for me to grow and learn and love. I enjoyed the games. I enjoyed everything that it took me to, the places it took me to, and it helped me with my art. So in the moments where I had rough times and rough moments in my life, these were my sanctuary. So I'm thankful and honored to be part of it, and it was nice to kind of have the opportunity to kind of have a moment to kind of give my little nudge to my love to what Freeplay Florida is and all the people here. So thank you very, very much.
He creates things, he gets things done. He was the one who encouraged me. He said it would be okay. He says, start popping popcorn. And then we got scolded. This man right here. And the truth is, from the start to finish, you never even got any popcorn, did you? No, you didn't get any.
Thank you so
just got to say, this is my muse here. She inspires me every day. She's an amazing artist as well. So thank you so much for giving her a moment as well to talk.
So Brian.
Okay.
So they'll be over here on the end. They'll have their cards, and they're here for you. Walter Day.
Okay, I'm not sure which one you're holding up right now.
No, well, we just got word that Mark has been located. He's coming up here to get his award.
Okay.
He's all done being upset. So we'll bring him front and center here. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Most every show we go to, there's different people we bond with. There's different people we have fun with. And there's different people, the love we have for them, we actually turn them into a bit of a whipping post. And what's funny is they laugh, they run, I mean, they just run right with it. And it always, all it does is solidify the relationship even more. It doesn't matter what you ask Mark. I don't think he knows how to say no. That might be why he gets in trouble. He just doesn't say no. So remember that, look at his face. Take advantage of him, he's used to it. I'm sorry, Walter, you wanted to say?
I'm just going to say thank you, Mark, for all that you've done. And I don't know if you heard this because you're probably busy, but when I posted the picture of me posing on the pitfall. I have to think for a second. On the pitfall thing that you created, it was one of my biggest pictures of the year. So pitfall, in other words, what that tells me is that you're really plugged into something deep. You plugged into something that is like such an emotionally deep, common experience for so many people that when they saw me posing, swinging over the river or the pit of alligators, that everybody could relate to it and was amused by it because it's such a personal experience. So thank you, personal memory. Thank you for being so not only there for everybody as a can do me, but also being just so immensely creative. So thank you, Mark.
You're very welcome, sir. Thank you. And I do all this stuff here, work tirelessly, day in and day out, for everybody here that comes to the show. I love everybody out here. Thank you for coming to our show. And Walter and Billy have been awesome to me, and I don't know what else to say, just thank you. I hope you guys are enjoying the show.
It was perfect. No, that was perfect. That was perfect. And again, his trading card will be down here. He's giving autographs. Be sure to jump over there and get one. Back to you, Walter.
Okay, well, once again, we have another group of people who they turned their love into arcade gaming and vintage arcade collecting into something that not only is a viable business model, but something that shares their love in the public. And that's the big word. That's why we're so pleased to give this trading card to Player One Video Game Bar. Player One Video Game Bar, please come up and recognize that we appreciate the fact that you wish to share your love with the public. By turning it into a business plan that works, you also turn it into a destination for people who, the arcade becomes a destination for people who simply love the games and consider that their number one choice for entertainment. So people go out on dates, or people go on just for the night or something, or the evening, to eat or drink or whatever, they will choose a place like Player One Video Game Arcade, Video Game Bar, that is, because that's a place that shares their love and affection for our legendary vintage arcade heritage. So thank you again. So is there anybody there from Player One Video Game Bar?
Walter, no, there isn't anybody here, but I'm going to say a couple of words. One of the most amazing things, I never in a million years would I have thought that anybody would be remotely interested in work that I did 40 years ago or 30 years ago. These kind of places like Player One, and I was there, I got to go there last night. It was a real treat. They're keeping alive my work. My work is out there to a large degree because of them. And the people that play them and the people that are interested in games are adults, and they want some adult beverages. You can't blame them for that. But they've created these amazing venues all over the country where people can play the games of old. And I wish they were here so I could say thank you in person, but I'm very grateful. And I think they're very deserving of this award. They're sponsors of the show here, so a great debt of gratitude to them, and congratulations to them wherever they are.
Thank you very much, Warren.
Player One Game Bar opened in 2013, and as I've discussed with Warren Angel and others, if you go back 15 years, 20 years, you would have not hardly even been able to find a place like this. It sounds funny, but the arcade industry that we grew up in, it sort of had to die in order to evolve to what it is today. Because as you say, the people with the passion for these games, they're in a different place. Yes, they're in the bar. Yes, they're in the restaurant. The good news is they got money in their pocket and they got games behind them. So it evolved into something different. And it's evolution. Something had to die, I hate to say that, in order for something to be created. And I wanted you to mention, Angel, how you said, basically what you said is, the past gives legitimacy to the future of gaming. The future pays respect back. So perhaps you could speak on that.
Yeah, I would love to. So the reason why I brought that up is, like I said before, I was a competitive gamer. And as I was going out there, I would actually watch videos and interviews of Billy Mitchell trying to figure out how to have that mindset. As a result of his successes, I was able to use the same mindset and some of the skills, and of course build my own skill set that allowed me to be successful and win tournaments in Street Fighter and Halo and COD, and to do what it is that I'm doing right now. And because of places like the barcades, it allows us to share that same passion. It allows us, from no matter where we are, regardless of race, beliefs, financial status, we are all in the same place, enjoying games, sharing the passion, having that connection, and as a result of that, we're able to go through generations. Even to my daughter, who played Qbert, I had to have a drink because it's a lot harder than I remembered. So, but that's what I'm talking about. So the past inspires.
It's too hard to just say the word.
So the past, we look at the past to understand where we are now, and as a result of that, that inspires us to create a future. And it's because of places like that, because of events like Freeplay Florida, we're able to continue and have that connection going forward. So it's an honor.
Okay, over there on the table, I would say Brian, but he's gone, so I'll throw it on Marcy. Player One will be here and be available. Sorry, we got one more.
Oh, I've been asked to announce this particular award.
This might be our favorite.
You people who are getting this award don't know it, apparently. But I would love to present this award to Marcy and Brandon Specht.
Freeplay Florida!
Marcy is on her way up. Where's Brandon? Where is Brandon? I personally have known these people for a few years. They have been the absolute most wonderful people to me personally. They have become my friends. I'm stunned by their generosity and kindness. They are also very organized people, and they put on an amazing show. And I think they're being honored for every single one of those qualities. So I can't say enough. Congratulations. You are so deserving. And Brandon, too.
I know, this is the part where we ham it up, but you know why we do this show every single year is for all of you. Every attendee, every game bringer, every vendor, everybody that comes out to support this community. So that's why we're here. So thank you to all of you. And Brandon's not here because Space Ghost Recipients Live is coming up soon. So that's where he'll be in the panel room. So you can join us for that shortly.
But are you going to be over here giving autographs and selfies? Thank you very much. Walter, did you want to say something about Marcy?
Oh gosh, Warren Davis said it so perfectly that there's not much further I can say other than that. Marcy's always there for us. Brandon's always there for us. They make it happen. They are workhorses, but they're also friends. So it's just amazing to have a work relationship with someone who's kind and friendly and considerate and embracing. And that's the way they are to everybody they ever deal with. So thank you. So there they are. They're on an award. They're getting that trading card, and I really appreciate all that they do. So thank you, Marcy. Thank you, Derek.
Yesterday there were a couple of awards that were recognized, and now to be mentioned here, people who weren't able to be here today. One of which is Mark Terry. His card is available. It's available over at the booth that I'm in. Mark is extremely unique in the fact that almost before all of us were playing games, except you, back in the 70s, he was collecting Atari cartridges. He's one of the few people that has a complete and total full collection, not missing any. And he had it back then. He was doing things with the Atari 2600 before it was fashionable to do it, or even knowing that he would get recognized for doing it. We talked to him, we presented him with his award, and he was so visibly honored, visibly shaken, basically because the fun he had, the enjoyment he had, he never thought that it would get to this level. He was just doing it because it was something he enjoyed. And you might say because he goes all the way back to the 70s, I thought there was somebody in particular here who's more qualified to speak of him.
Oh, okay. Wow, he put me on the spot. I don't.
Well, I always get asked, what was it like back in the day? And I can go back into the 80s, but you can go much further. What was the thought in the industry, and where was it going?
I can't go back much further than the 80s, I have to say. Yeah, I started in the industry in 1982. Honestly, I'm at a loss for words. Billy knows how to turn a phrase. The industry was very different back then. It was the Wild West. There were no rules. People didn't really know what a video game was yet. They were, I should say I was there. We were making it up. And honestly, the 70s was the true Wild West. So I kind of came in at the tail end. I came in at the end of, I guess, what you would call the golden age. But before me came all of the true pioneers, Ralph Baer and many others who just...
It's 6 o'clock.
Oh, hello. Who basically created the industry. So, I stand on their shoulders and others stand on mine, and it's just the way of the world. So, yeah, I'm not sure what else I can say.
All right, but Mark Terry, again, he's a great guy. There's cards at the desk. But the other one was Seth Davis. Seth is unique in the fact that he's from the area, and there's people here, like Brian and others, who worked with him at Disney. I mean, he had an extensive career. And I look back and I think to myself, Disney and Stern Pinball. He's now the president of Stern Pinball. And what I said yesterday when I spoke about him on his behalf, I almost think he's overqualified to be in the gaming industry. And I don't know why I say that, but the talent that he has, that he worked with so many people here, and he takes that to Stern, a company that's already thriving and doing very well. It's really neat that somebody that we know, somebody who's one of us, is going to be in the top seat of a company like Stern. It's good to know those people and lean on them and have their support and participation in events like this. But again, Seth Davis was not here, but 3 of his colleagues came, and they asked me to accept the award on his behalf. And I said, better than that, why don't we do a video giving his award, but then I would speak of it here, and that's what I'm doing. So I always throw the industry things at you. And Stern is...
I'm old.
Yeah, Stern is very unique that a certain number of years back, there was the concern if Stern would even survive. It was very difficult. And now none of us have that concern, but you can speak on that.
Well, I'm a pinball player from way back. I always loved pinball. When I got into the video game industry, one of the best perks of working for a Gottlieb or a Williams was to be able to play the new pinball machines. I mean, the video games are all right, but I'm a pinball player. So when pinball, and I will say pinball's been around since, the early part of the 20th century, and it's had its ups and downs. It's just state of the industry for pinball. It has periods up, it has periods down. So they've always known that, and they've always been able to compensate for it. But in the 2000s, late 1990s, 2000s, when Williams, for example, shut down their pinball division, that was just heartbreaking for me. And it seemed like pinball was dying. Very few people were making pinballs. And whoever thought it would ever come back, thank God it did come back. Stern survived that whole thing, and they're still thriving, and I couldn't be more happy about it. So, yeah. I don't know what else Billy Mitchell wants me to say.
We're just trying to, because the next award, he's here, but they don't know where. And he's a professional pinball player, so we're assuming he's back there causing problems, but we haven't been able to find him.
Can we do a treasure hunt? And the person that finds him and drags him to the stage wins a prize?
I think what has to happen is what we've done before.
Let's go. Go for it, Walter.
Is that we'll just have to, Billy and Angel, I'm giving you the care of duty to take the award and the cards into the crowd and go to the pinball area. I dealt with Derek before. Derek is a great person and a great competitor. He's won many contests, and his award has been on the back burner for a long time. So I'm very, very pleased that we're giving it to him at this point in time. So I think kind of the coolest thing that we could do is go into the pinball room and actually find him in the crowd and give him this award and give him his cards there now and honor him for, is this the Derek coming? Oh, this Brian. Okay. So essentially, Derek Pigarty, a legendary pinball champion who I've known for decades, who essentially is finally getting his award, even though it was designed originally to be presented at Banning at the big Museum of Pinball. It's so fitting that the trading card is now presented here at the other big level of gaming for America. So thank you, Derek, for all that you do. And Billy and Angel will find you somewhere in the crowd and give you your award and your card.
I'll find them for you, Walter. Just to give you a quick heads up, so if you guys haven't been to the Pinball Lounge in Oviedo, I highly recommend you go. And that's actually where I ran into the professional level pinball players. So I went to play. It was part of a Freeplay Florida pop-up. I was hanging out. I started playing pinball, and then the professionals came in, and then I just walked away for a while because they were absolutely amazing. I thought I was doing good with my 1 million points, feeling like a badass, and then I look at them and I was like, wait a second, I think the counter's wrong. Why are there so many numbers? I'm like, does that really say 653 million points? And that's his first ball? That's what was going on. So I met him and quite a few of the other pro players who were in the tournament here. Fantastic people, and they were willing to share their information. And what I was talking about before, I was never really big into pinball, but as a result of the Pinball Lounge, going often, talking to the professionals and the enthusiasts, I'm now a fan of pinball, and that's why the things like this are so important.
So you're going to track him down, you're going to pin him down, you're in charge.
Got it.
So, okay, the last thing it was, Walter Day, you're still with us.
I'm still with you. Here, let's go.
A countless number of people came by the booth and said, where's Walter? Where's Walter? Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? Where? And I explained to him that you were playing the sick card, but I explained to him that you felt much better and you were going to be here and you were going to be on screen. And I promised people that they would be able to ask you questions or say hello to you or hugs or kisses or whatever it is. So if there's anybody who would like to say hi to Walter, has a question for Walter, engage Walter, he's here. You're welcome to come up here. Okay, Walter.
All right.
I would like to say something to Walter. Walter, I said earlier I wished you were here. I missed you here, and that is true. I just also want to say thank you. I want everybody here to know just how much you have done and how much you represent for the industry. You are here honoring other people. I don't think you necessarily get honored enough for what you do. You are tireless, you are giving, and I, for one, appreciate it. I hope everyone here does. I hope you continue to get better and can make more appearances because we miss you, buddy. All right? Thank you so much, Walter.